Traveling to Europe is one of the most enriching experiences any adventurer can have. From exploring medieval castles in Germany to lounging on the sun-drenched beaches of Greece, Europe offers a wide variety of cultures, histories, and languages. But with this diversity comes a common challenge: language barriers. While English is spoken in many tourist hubs, it's far from universal. Misunderstandings are not just possible, they're practically inevitable. But the good news is, these moments don't have to derail your trip. In fact, with the right attitude and a few smart strategies, language-related mishaps can become meaningful learning experiences, or even the highlight of your journey. In this guide, we'll explore practical ways to handle misunderstandings caused by language barriers when traveling across Europe, so you can travel more confidently, connect with locals, and make the most of your trip. Subscribe for more adventures. Know what to expect. Europe's linguistic landscape. Europe is a continent of immense linguistic variety. There are 24 official languages in the European Union alone, and over 200 languages spoken when you include minority and regional dialects. For example, in Switzerland, there are 4 official languages: German, French, Italian, and Romansh, and what you hear depends heavily on the region. In Belgium, people speak Dutch, also known as Flemish, French, or German, depending on the part of the country. Spain has regions where Catalan, Basque, or Galician are widely spoken alongside Spanish. Understanding that language can change from one region to the next, sometimes even within the same country, helps you set the right expectations. It's important to remember that English is not the global standard everywhere, and assuming so can lead to frustration. Learn the basics local phrases. Make a big difference. Before you head to a new country, spend a little time learning a few key survival phrases in the local language. This small gesture shows respect and often opens doors to more helpful, friendly interactions. Helpful phrases to memorize include, "Do you speak English? I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't speak." And then the local language. "Can you help me? Where is the bathroom, train station, or hotel?" And of course, numbers from 1 to 10, which are super helpful when shopping or counting change. You can also download cheat sheets or flashcards or practice with language learning apps. Even practicing how to pronounce a city or menu item correctly can save you from awkward misunderstandings. Pro tip: carry a small notebook or flashcard set with key phrases written down phonetically to help you if your mind blanks under pressure. Use technology to bridge the gap. Modern travelers have a major advantage: translation apps and real-time tools that help decode language on the spot. Recommended apps include Google Translate, which offers text, voice, handwriting, and camera translation. There's also iTranslate, great for speech translation. Say Hi is simple and user-friendly for verbal communication. Microsoft Translator includes phrasebooks and can translate multiple speakers in group conversations. A few tips for effective use. Speak clearly and slowly into voice translators. Try to avoid using idioms, slang, or humor. These often don't translate well. Download language packs offline before traveling in case of poor internet access. Many travelers also use Google Lens, which is part of the Google Translate app, to scan signs, menus, and even handwritten notes for instant translation. This is a lifesaver when navigating transportation systems or reading public notices. Sometimes when words just aren't enough, your body language and gestures can really help you get your point across. You know, a simple smile, a shrug, or even just pointing to a map or an object can actually speak volumes. But it's important to remember that gestures aren't always universal. For example, a thumbs up usually means good in lots of places, but in some parts of the Middle East, it can actually be considered rude. The OK sign, where you make a circle with your thumb and index finger, might be positive in some cultures, but in others, like parts of Southern Europe, it's actually kind of vulgar. And then there's nodding and shaking your head for yes and no. That's actually reversed in Bulgaria, which can definitely cause confusion. So it's a really good idea to look up cultural do's and don'ts before you travel. Just a little bit of awareness can go a long way toward preventing misunderstandings, and even help you avoid causing offense. One of the most powerful tools you have when traveling is, honestly, just patience. Miscommunication can be super frustrating for everyone involved, but when you stay calm and composed, you really increase your chances of being understood, and you help others feel more comfortable too. Here are some tips for de-escalating a confusing conversation. Try speaking slowly and clearly. Avoid using complex vocabulary or idiomatic expressions. If you need to, rephrase what you're saying in simpler terms. Use short sentences, focusing on just one idea at a time. And if possible, write it down. Sometimes seeing the word can help the listener recognize it. Patience is especially helpful in crowded or high-stress places like train stations, airports, or busy restaurants. One of the most common causes of misunderstandings is just making assumptions, like assuming you've been understood when maybe you haven't. Before you move forward with a conversation, booking, or purchase, it's really smart to double-check. You might ask, "So this train goes to Prague, right?" Or "That's one night and breakfast is included?" Or even, "We meet here tomorrow at 9 a.m." If you can, write down addresses or use visual references like a picture of your hotel to avoid confusion when you're giving instructions to taxi drivers or asking for directions. Plan ahead for critical interactions. While spontaneity is definitely part of the joy of travel, some situations really do demand a bit of preparation, especially those involving transportation, medical care, or accommodations. Before you go, it's a good idea to print hotel confirmations and maps in the local language. Also, carry a business card or the address of your hotel, just in case you need help finding your way back. Take some time to research common local phrases for emergencies, like "I need a doctor" or "call the police." And if you have any allergies or medical conditions, keep a card with those details translated into the local language if necessary. This kind of foresight can save you a lot of stress and, honestly, even keep you safe in case of emergencies. Don't be afraid to ask for help. When you're stuck, simply ask for help. Most people are happy to assist if you're polite and patient. You can seek out hotel concierges, information desks at airports or stations, or even shop employees. In big cities, younger workers often know some English. And don't forget about other travelers. Many are multilingual and happy to translate. Even if they don't speak English, locals will often point, gesture, or bring someone else over to assist. Your willingness to try usually inspires others to meet you halfway. Treat misunderstandings as part of the adventure. No matter how well you prepare, you'll almost certainly experience some funny or awkward misunderstandings along the way. Maybe you order something completely unexpected in a restaurant, or get off at the wrong stop. The key is to treat these hiccups with humor and grace. For example, a traveler in Italy once tried to ask for directions to the supermercato, the supermarket, but accidentally said supermercato di amore, which, loosely translates to supermarket of love. The locals laughed, pointed him in the right direction, and even offered a bottle of wine for the effort. These are the moments you'll remember, and they often make great stories later. Embrace the cultural exchange. Language barriers are a reminder that you're stepping outside your usual world. That's the beauty of travel. It challenges you, humbles you, and teaches you to communicate in new ways. When you embrace the learning curve, you grow not just as a traveler, but as a person. Building connections with people from different cultures, even when you don't share a language, can be incredibly rewarding. A shared laugh, a kind gesture, or a successful moment of understanding often stays with you far longer than any guided tour or museum visit. Language barriers are a natural part of international travel, especially in a diverse region like Europe, but they don't have to be roadblocks. With some preparation, the right tools, a bit of humor, and a lot of patience, you can overcome these challenges and enjoy deeper, more meaningful experiences. Every misunderstanding is a chance to grow, adapt, and discover something new about a culture, a place, or even yourself. Stay open, stay curious, and let the journey transform you in unexpected ways. The world is vast, vibrant, and waiting for you to explore, one unforgettable encounter at a time. So next time you're facing a confusing sign or a baffled server, smile and remember, it's all part of the adventure. Subscribe for more adventures. Happy travels!